Alright everyone, welcome back to Megaman X. Go ahead and jump right on back into Flame Mammoth's stage. Get a second shot at that upgrade. Because there is another amazing quality of life upgrade that came with Mega Man X. And that is the ability to manually exit any level that you've already beaten the boss of. So let's see if we can get lucky. And one moment. Blast! Seems I've failed at my task once again. Oh well. Well, without further ado, we're going to go on to getting something that should hopefully make that task quite a bit easier. Now, just so that I'm not constantly raving about how every track in this game is just absolutely nostalgia-inducingly iconic to me, I will simply say that the whole OST is simply stellar. There's only really one song that I can ever not instantly recall in my head at a whim, and that's Sting Chameleon. For some reason, for whatever reason, I just can't get his to stick in my mind. Do you mind? Took me forever as a kid, well, I guess not forever. I should say, rather, that I was taken quite off guard as a child when just randomly I decided to stand on that thing and it suddenly raised into the air. After previously always using these lifts to get up to that sub-tank. Speaking of sub-tanks, I mean, so much nicer that now we don't have to worry about going back through levels to get energy tanks. You can just, any extra health energy you come across can just be stored away for a rainy day when you wind up accidentally dashing into the flames of one of these things. But as we seem to be slowly upgrading our little blue bot one piece at a time, let's work our way from the ground up and get ourselves the new chip. Well, actually no, this is the new headpiece, isn't it? My mistake! We'll work from the outside in. This the least useful of any helmet upgrade in any game. It is the very definition of niche, in that certain blocks can be broken by jumping into them. This is, however, a very short level. So, it's really not that much of a detour. Just trying to avoid just that. Now, normally, you could go down here, opening that gate to get to the boss, but there's actually a little secret. If you slide down the side of the airship here, you can land on the back wing, and then jump onto it this way. Get a little health up there. At either rate, we wind up destroying the, would that be the bow of the ship? And summoning Storm Eagle to challenge us to a duel. Storm Eagle, who is perhaps the least dangerous, the single least dangerous Maverick, provided you don't try to take him on before getting the dash boots. As you can see, that tornado can send you reeling. But overall, I would say he is perhaps a 2 out of 10 boss fight, ranking just over Toadman. Alright, with Storm Eagle out of the way, let's roll our dice one more time and see if we can't get that other upgrade. Though, thinking about it, I don't know how much that's really going to help. Yeah, there we go. All right. This is the X-Buster upgrade, providing us with our first charge attack enhancement. Now, as I'm sure everyone who's played this game already knows, technically, thinking about it, there are two, I was mistaken in the first episode, two upgrades you cannot avoid. The leg upgrade and the arm upgrade. As if you do not get it here, there is a spot later on where you will be forced to get it from, well, we'll say another source, so as not to spoil anything. In later games, getting it from this other source would actually result in getting an entirely different level, an entirely different final charge level altogether. And to show those who might not know, who haven't played the game, Mega Man X, you can actually charge your special weapons as well. But we've acquired all the boons from that level, so let us move on. I think we will go to Boomer Coager stage next. This is one of the few bosses that, in the remake, Mega Man Maverick Hunter X, I actually feel he was done a degree of injustice, and that one of his moves looked much better in the original than it did in the remake. We'll get to that whenever we reach it. For some reason, he just didn't want to let go of the ladder. I was going to drop down behind that shield guy and put an abrupt end to him, but seems this is his lucky day. Now, as you can see by the comparison and the number of completely uncharged shots I have to continue to lay into those turtles, the 4th level of charge is quite significantly stronger than the third level, the Big Blue Blast. Ah yes, this so reminiscent of certain aspects of Gyro Man's stage. So as I said it then, who wore it better, Mega Man X or Mega Man 5? The Spiral Crush Buster actually doesn't just hit in front of you either. It's got a degree of blowback directly behind, below, and above you. To be honest, while probably not the most powerful, it's probably one of my, I'd have to say I think it's one of my favorite of the charge shot enhancements, at least visually. That is how you can get Heart Tank upgrade in this level without having to come back to it a second time. The truly talented might be able to acquire that with the dash boots alone, but for the sake of simplicity and trying to minimize time expenditure, I just went ahead and used the charged shotgun eyes. Ah, yes. Let's see here. Well, oh no. Lost it. That's okay. I don't think we'll need that health. I wanted to show you that, unlike Mega Man, who is still going to have to acquire another energy balancer in Mega Man 6, X is custom built with one pre-installed permanently. You know, realizing that he takes stun from just normal charge shots, there really is a very big parallel between Boomer Quagger here and old Cutman from the first game on the NES. Similar weapons, similar attack patterns, and similar levels of weakness. You get Boomerang Cutter. So yeah, it's basically just the Mega Man X version of Cutman. Well, that's another 2 Mavericks down, 4 to go. We'll see you